My neighbor's child is too ugly to play with mine. New neighbors moved in 3 months ago. Normal-looking couple, mid-30s, drove a Subaru. They had a kid around 7 years old. My daughter Ivy is 8. The kid had some kind of condition. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what it was called, but his face was messed up, like really messed up. Scars everywhere. One eye didn't open all the way. His mouth was crooked. He looked like he'd been in a fire or something. First week they're there, the mom comes over with cookies. Introduces herself as Patricia. Says her son's name is Owen, and he's excited to have a friend next door. I smile, take the cookies, say thanks. I'm thinking, okay, this is fine. We'll just keep to ourselves. But then Owen starts showing up. Every single day after school, standing at the edge of our yard while Ivy's playing with her jump rope or riding her bike, just standing there watching, not saying anything, just staring with that messed up face. Ivy comes inside one day and asks why the boy next door looks like that. I tell her he probably had an accident and to be nice. She goes back outside. 10 minutes later, she's playing with him. They're drawing with chalk on the driveway. I go outside and call Ivy in for dinner. Owen waves goodbye. His wave is weird too because his fingers don't straighten all the way. Ivy asks if Owen can come over tomorrow. I say maybe. Next day, I'm working from home. I look out the window and Owen's in our yard again. They're playing some game with sticks. I watch for a minute and I notice other kids walking by on the sidewalk. 2 girls from down the street. They stop and stare at Owen. One of them points. They start laughing and walk away faster. That's when it hit me. Ivy's going to get bullied because of this kid. Kids are cruel. If she's friends with the ugly kid, she becomes a target too. I've seen it happen at her school with other kids who hung out with the weird ones. I wait until Owen goes home. Then I sit Ivy down and tell her she needs to play with other kids. She asks why not Owen. I tell her he's not a good fit for our family. She argues with me, says Owen is nice and funny and likes the same games she does. I tell her that's final. Next day after school, Owen shows up again. I'm ready this time. I go outside before Ivy can. I tell Owen nicely that Ivy can't play today. He asks if she can play tomorrow. I say probably not. He asks why. I don't have a good answer that doesn't sound terrible, so I just say we're busy. This goes on for a week. Owen coming over, me turning him away. Finally, he stops coming. I see him in his yard sometimes playing alone with a soccer ball. Ivy watches from our window. 2 weeks pass. I'm putting groceries away when Patricia shows up at my door. She's crying. Asks me point blank why I won't let Ivy play with Owen. Says he comes home sad every day. Says he finally made a friend, and now he doesn't understand why she won't talk to him anymore. I tell her the truth. I say I don't think they're compatible as friends. She asks what that means. I say our families are just different. She's not stupid. She knows what I mean. She calls me a disgusting person. Says Owen was burned in a house fire when he was 3. Says he's had 12 surgeries and will need more. Says all he wants is a normal childhood and a friend. Says I'm teaching my daughter to judge people on their looks. I close the door. She's yelling from the porch, but I don't open it again. That night, my husband comes home. Patricia already got to him. He's furious. Asks if I really told her our kids couldn't be friends. I explain about the bullying risk. He says that's the dumbest thing he's ever heard. Says I'm acting like a high schooler. We fight for an hour. Week later, Ivy gets invited to a birthday party. It's for a girl in her class named Ashley. I drive her there, and guess who's also at the party? Owen. Patricia drove him. We don't make eye contact. I pick Ivy up 2 hours later. She's quiet in the car. Finally, she says all the kids were mean to Owen at the party. Says they wouldn't let him play tag. Says he sat alone eating cake. Says she wanted to sit with him but didn't because she knew I'd be mad. That broke something in me. Not in a good way. In a way where I realized I'd turned my kid into someone who abandons people to save herself. I don't apologize to Patricia. I don't go knock on their door. But I stopped telling Ivy she can't play with Owen. They're friends again now.